I still think the most profound political thing that LGBTQ people do is be out. And that we never could have gotten any of the rights that we have now if people hadn't decided to take the risk of being out. There were things that we did during marriage equality and during all of the civil union work that was done before that. But fundamentally, for me, at the base, it was people being out.
In the end, there is nothing more powerful than people saying who they are and making the people that are around them understand and start to appreciate what it means concretely when discrimination is in the law.
When I first came out, I had no idea about marriage. I didn't even think that was something that I could imagine. And so in a lifetime, and really a very narrow part of my lifetime, right? I came out in my early 20s, and by the time I'm in my, I guess not even late 40s, we have marriage equality. So I go from a place of not even imagining it to having it in a little bit over a 20-year time period. It's amazing.
It was profoundly affirming, gratifying to have not only the power of the state to say, your marriage is going to be given legal effect, you're going to have protections for your family, but the way that it happened, it's so powerful to have the majority say, hey, this may not affect me directly, but it's unfair. This isn't the way that it should be, and so I'm going to vote so that you can be protected, is very affirming. Having the sort of majestic power of democracy, sort of standing up and saying, yes, you are valuable and your relationship is worth protecting. That is a really powerful, powerful statement.
But just learning all the work that you need to do to be treated equally doesn't stop the harm that you feel when that happens. So I can't ever say that I'm thankful for it, because I really didn't want it to happen, but part of that is what let us remake history in this country. And that's, to me, the most amazing experience, to have lived in a time where the Defense of Marriage Act passed, and then within less than 20 years, we have marriage equality. And that's because we remade history. You don't get to do that very often, and if you ever have the chance to do it, you ought to make sure you take advantage of it.
It's very satisfying that we've moved on in a lot of ways, that we don't have to think about it. We're not defending it every year thinking oh my gosh, if the majority shifts in the legislature, we're in danger and it could be taken away. I just don't think that's a real possibility at this point. So that is, when I reflect on it, that's probably the overwhelming feeling that I have, that it's just this sense of peace that we have permanently changed the world for the better.